Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of our Good Morning Grief Devotional. This is the daily grief devotional that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief. You got it. One day at a time. Grief, my brothers and sisters, it is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we address it and we express it. And that's why we say, good morning, because morning is a good thing. And we are grateful and glad to have this opportunity to come to you on today to lead you in another grief devotional. Hope and pray that your week has been well, that your Friday will be phenomenal, that your weekend will be wonderful. We're here to help you to navigate through the grief that you are experiencing in your life. And so we're grateful for this opportunity, and I'm thankful for you. Thankful for your daily attendance and your continued desire to grow and be the best version of yourselves as you navigate through the grief that you are experiencing in your life. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. Showing up is half the battle. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being committed to attending this and getting these tools, tips, techniques, and takeaways that will make the difference. That will make the difference. We just look, I say all the time, small steps lead to great distances, right? Taking these small steps are going to lead you to great distances. Just keep stepping, just hang in there, just stay in the fight. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Just keep waking up. Just keep moving forward. I'm telling you, you are going to progress on your grief journey. You're going to make great strides. And so, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Let's get to the lesson on today, y'all. Today, we are going to talk about, well, let's get to the grief quote. Our grief quote comes from Justina Chin, who says, "Come on, don't you ever stop and smell the coffee?" It's going to make sense in a minute. Today, we're going to talk about daily rituals. Today is 139, day 139. We're going to talk about daily rituals. Let's get into it. Let me ask you this before we even get into it. How many of you have daily rituals? What are some of the daily rituals that you have? What are some of the daily rituals that you have? What are some of the daily rituals that you have? When I tell y'all this tea is so good, Lord have mercy. What are some of the daily rituals that you have? What are some of the daily rituals that you have that you find yourself doing? Some of the things you find yourself doing every single day. Reading. Good morning, Teresa. Thank you for sharing that. Awesome. Reading. Praying. Thank you, Miss Felicia. Walking and praying. Thank you, Willette. Prayer and devotional. Thank you, Facebook user. Anybody else? What are some of the daily rituals that you have? Kimberly Mack, sit at my prayer meditation altar. How awesome is that? Anybody else? What are some of the daily rituals that you have? Some of the daily rituals that you have. Some of the daily rituals, the routines that you find yourself going through. Some of the daily rituals that you have. Anybody else? Praying and writing in my journal, prayer journal. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, good. I wanted to ask that just for a little participation. We're going to talk about daily rituals. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it right now. Check this out. For many of us, coffee, right? Coffee is a daily ritual. We've grown to need the caffeine, but we also revel in the smell of the beans, the grr of the grinding, and the drip or press of the brew. Coffee is a daily routine. If coffee is a daily routine for you, type me too in the chat. If coffee is a daily routine for you, drop me too in the chat. Me too. I got tea today. I ain't got my coffee yet. I'm going to get some coffee, but I get up in the morning, and before I do any of my devotionals, I have my own devotional prayer time, and I like to go sit on the porch. I like to sit on the porch. I like to have my quiet time, and it's a little chilly in the morning, so I like to have my tea with me. I make my own medicine ball, and so it keeps me warm on the porch because I'm a nature type individual. I like to be outside, not outside like y'all like to be outside. Y'all like to be outside, outside. I ain't. I don't like all that. I can be outside on my porch with the wind and the breeze and the trees. That's the outside I like. But coffee is a daily routine. Okay, I got some coffee drinkers in here. Me too, me too. Okay, all right, all right, all right. I love it. So check this out. For many of us, coffee is a daily ritual. We've grown to need the caffeine, but we also revel in the smell of the beans. It smells so good. The grr of the grinding and the drip or press of the brew. Check this out. Our daily rituals can hold us up and sustain us during our time of grief. Daily rituals are great. They can hold you up, they can sustain you, they can help maintain you in your time of grief. They can provide a sense of normalcy, they can be your refuge. It's the thing that you run to, that you go to, that helps you, that assists you as you navigate through your time of grief. Daily rituals, they can be a great thing, right? They can hold us up during our time of grief. We may be disorganized, discombobulated, and disheveled, but we still have the muscle memory to make a pot of coffee or step into line at our favorite coffee house. Reading the morning news, whether online or in print, watching our TV shows, walking to get the mail, checking our email, we can rely on and have gratitude for any routine that helps us to get through the day. I don't care what the routine is, watching TV, walking to get the mail, taking for a walk, prayer journal, drinking coffee, whatever, we can rely on and have gratitude for the daily routines that help us to navigate through the day, that help us to navigate through our grief. And this is so very important, y'all, because you probably remember a time where you couldn't get out of bed. You probably remember the time where you didn't have enough strength. You didn't have enough strength to function. You didn't have enough strength to get out to bed. You didn't have enough strength to do nothing, right? I'm talking about didn't comb your hair for a number of days, didn't shower for a number of days, didn't brush your teeth for a number of days, kept the blinds closed. I mean, didn't have the strength to do nothing, right? So our daily routines kind of help us get back in the habit. Our daily routines are things that bring about a little normalcy in the midst of a very abnormal season. Our daily routines kind of help us to navigate to get through the day, right? Journaling, walking, sit in front of our prayer altar, reading, praying, making that cup of coffee, knowing, these are the things that we're going to do on a daily consistent basis. Check this out, y'all. It's also okay, here it is, it's also okay to drop any daily rituals that we don't feel up to for the time being. Pastor Duncan, don't that go against what you said? Nope. It's all in line, right? Not only do they help us to get through the day, but this is the thing. It's also okay, right? Sometimes we can get so stuck in doing something that you got to know and understand that it's also okay to drop any daily rituals we don't feel up to for the time being. When our grief makes our energy levels low, we may simply need to lie down and be still. We talked about this yesterday and the day before. We talked about the importance of getting rest, right? So sometimes when our grief make our energy levels low, it's okay. It's okay. You ain't got to beat yourself up. I didn't go for a walk today. That's okay. I didn't make it to the porch today. That's okay. I ain't feel like getting up, get a cup of coffee today. That's okay. When your energy levels are low, when that grief level is low and your energy is low, it's okay, right? We may simply need to lie down and be still. Check this out. But thank goodness for those rituals that, here it is, forgive the pun, that ground us back to the coffee. Thank God for the rituals that ground us. Here's the final thought, y'all. My daily rituals are handholds to healing. My daily rituals are handholds to healing, right? Oh, it's so very important, y'all. We have our daily rituals. They help us to navigate through the day. They help us in our time of grief. And if you miss one, if you skip one, don't beat yourself up. Don't become legalistic. No, it's okay. Give yourself some grace. That's one thing I wish people who were grieving would do more of. Give yourself some grace, right? These daily rituals, they will help you to navigate through your grief. If you miss a time, you miss a moment, you miss a day, give yourself some grace. But they are absolutely fantastic in helping you to navigate through the grief season you're going through. So, my question to you is here it is. And I asked you before, what daily rituals are you doing? What other daily rituals could you potentially implement that will help you navigate through your grief? What other daily rituals could you potentially participate in that will help you to navigate through your grief? If daily rituals are handholds of healing, right? What else can you do? And maybe it won't be daily, but maybe it's weekly, right? Maybe it's weekly, gathering with friends, gathering with some girls, gathering with some homeboys. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what you want to do. but these are the things that help us to navigate through the grief season that we find ourselves in. So I want to encourage you and I want to challenge you. Implement some daily rituals. Implement some things that will have you getting up and looking forward to it. It's funny because the porch, it became a daily ritual, and really looked forward to it. Really look forward to it, right? Um, it's like guys saying, "How you gonna talk about me and you ain't even talk to me?" Right? And so I'm like, "Cause y'all devotional is my devotional, right?" But then I wanted to take a step further. It's like, how you gonna talk about me? How you gonna speak for me and you ain't spoke to me, right? And so um, instead of y'all devotional be my devotional, which it still is, or instead of waiting until I get to the office to start my day off in that particular manner, man, I'm up super duper early, and it's become a daily ritual, right? I got to get to the porch. I got to get to the porch. I gotta see the trees sway back and forth. Right, that's the worship. I gotta put on my music. I gotta pray. I gotta talk to God. I gotta get my tea. I gotta get my tea. Becomes a daily ritual that helps me get going, helps me to get started, helps me to center myself, to focus, to lay the foundation. It helps pour into me in preparation for a day when I know I'm gonna have to pour into others, right? So, as you navigate through your season of grief, what daily routines can you implement that will be instrumental and beneficial in helping you to navigate through this season of grief? And maybe it's a daily routine, maybe it's something that you do on a weekly basis. But what can you put in place? What can you implement? What can you do to help you to navigate through your grief? I think coming here at 8 o'clock that's a daily routine. And I would dare say, that should be every single day. This should be every single day. And I'm gonna say this for a couple of reasons. Not only does it give you a routine, something to do, but it's helping you to navigate. I mean, it might not be, but it's the purpose is to help you to navigate through your season of grief. So it is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. We don't hold you long, we don't keep you long, but every single day, if you are in a season of grief, every single day, you got to take advantage of this. I don't know if we're going to do this next year. I'm doing it every single day this year. If you're in a season of grief, this should be part of your daily routine because it's going to give you a grief bite. It's going to give you a grief nugget. It's going to give you a point to ponder. It's going to put something on your mind. You're building community with other people. You can make connections. This is making a deposit in you, right? The only withdrawal I'm taking is time, 15, 20 minutes of your time, right? That's the only withdrawal I'm making. But the return on the investment far outweighs, right? It is it is a fifth it is an investment This 15-minute investment that you can make a day, the return, the ROI, the return on your investment will far outweigh the 15 minutes you spent. So I would encourage you, right? And sometimes life get in the way and you got to go back and catch the replay. Do what you got to do, right, to catch the replay. But this is something that's making a deposit into you. This is something that's going to help better you. It's not pulling from you. It's not the kids that always want something. It's not your co-workers. It ain't your spouse or it ain't your siblings. This is not something that's going to take something out of you. This is something that is depositing something in you, right? And so I dare you, I double dog dare you, I triple dog dare you, I chili cheese dog dare you to keep showing up. Keep showing up to get this deposit so that you can navigate through your grief one day at a time. Make this part of your daily ritual. Questions, comments before I get out of here. Questions, comments. Yes. Yeah. Questions, comments, absolutely, Pastor. I'm off. I don't start with my devotions. I'm trying to told you. The ROI indeed. Yes. Questions, comments. Y'all be so quiet on here sometimes. All right. Well, I hope y'all got it. I hope it makes sense. I hope it was beneficial. I can only hope. Well, I love y'all with the love of the Lord. Hope and pray you have a phenomenal Friday. Okay, we got somebody in the chat. Definitely helps. Thank you, Nakisha. Thank you for your time and support. Absolutely. Thank you for showing up. Blessings. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you so very much. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. Hope you have a phenomenal Friday and a wonderful weekend. I'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Let's go.
Good morning. Good morning.